What's up guys, welcome to the channel. Today we have a new market update where we look at Bitcoin, Ethereum and Gold. It's Monday, not Sunday, because I was not available this weekend, but still on Monday we have the market update right here. Perfect thing to start off your week, to have a market update, know what happened last week and what we're looking for this week. Like and subscribe, I really appreciate that. Let's get into the video. So let's start with Bitcoin as always, and I zoomed out on purpose. The 4 hour can even be on the daily, but let's look on the 4 hour. Bitcoin is still in their clear uptrend. As you can see, high highs, high lows, and this low was tricky. I'm going to be very honest, because we almost made a new low, as you can see, but we didn't, so the uptrend is still intact. If you zoom in a little bit, yes, this pullback was scary because it was a pretty big dump, but we sweep something, gain, hold, and new highs, and now of course Bitcoin has to regain the $66,000, which will be important, but I don't think it will be that difficult. I really expect Bitcoin to continue to push for higher highs, because yes, we can say Bitcoin is in an uptrend, which is true, but we're still not doing a lot of things on the bigger picture. Even if we zoom out on a 4 hour, we still haven't really gained this level, the 67,000, still not, after dumping in the start of June, which is 2 months ago already almost. So Bitcoin is not really doing anything. Okay, it's summer price action, I know, but if you look on the daily, yes, we're locally in an uptrend, it's looking nice, but Bitcoin really has to gain that $67,000. And then we still have a long way to go, because yes, there's price movement, yes, we can trade, but if you zoom out, the moves that are given are really not that crazy. What we saw last week, was the sweep, was a great trade. I think I took this one, took an L, because I entered too early, doesn't matter. And now, we sweep something here, rejected, so now it's important that Bitcoin doesn't really go back here, just go here and then tries to make the new high locally. And then it's looking good for Bitcoin. Potential short around this level, yes, but again, I mentioned I expect price to gain, so a continuation long is surely possible, which do work last couple of weeks. Surely if the trend is clearly up or down. I'm not a big fan of continuation trades. I much rather trade reversals. That's just me personally, but surely a trade like this, and then you entry here, this not really perfect, just this, and you entry here, can be a perfect trade. Locally, I wouldn't really start trading here, very mid-range. I would wait until we look at the $66,000, or unless we dump and go back to the $63,000. Ethereum is doing way better than Bitcoin, and it's the first time in I think months, maybe even 2 years, that I say this, because Ethereum is gaining very strongly. It's in a big uptrend, gained that little hump at the start of June, and is now really looking to gain back to the $2,000, and then the real journey starts. But then we're out of that pit, and we can say, look, this was the low of this year, this barren, whatever you want to call it, and we're gaining again, and we're locally in an uptrend again. Because on the 4 hour, as you can see, clear uptrend, picture perfect, new highs, new lows, and another high where Bitcoin is still struggling locally for today. Ethereum already made that high. We have clear structure, we have our levels, level, we lost this level, which is not that big of a problem, but we have our levels, and we have our levels to gain. So the plan on Ethereum is very, very clear. We have our support levels, so we expect either price to immediately go to the 2,000, or first have a little pullback, and then later this week move to the $2,000 and potentially gain it. Though I would look for a reversal, possible reversal on Ethereum, because yes, very clear uptrend, and then you see pullbacks like these are not unusual, so surely there is a possible short, though my main conviction, my main bias is still that we're going to make new highs on Ethereum, and if Ethereum will pump, Bitcoin will surely follow, and it's actually vice versa, but they just move the same, even though Ethereum has been outperforming Bitcoin in the past days and even weeks maybe, though I remember in this stage that Bitcoin was pumping, so it's even. Shouldn't compare it like that. But yeah, great. Ethereum did great things and is pumping to the moon. And then if you look at gold, gold is created a little range here, because sweep something here, but new low, try again, new low, try again, we pump, new low. So we are expecting, and I still expect, like I said in the last market update video, that we're going to look for this zone, the $3,900. Because yes, we saw a little pump here, what is that, 4% or something, which is a nice pump, almost 5%, but we didn't gain anything. We didn't create other structure, because we're still in a downtrend. Okay, we did not make a new low here, so you can nitpick me on that, but you see this high is not higher than the previous lower high, so we're still in a downtrend. We didn't gain anything. If price did this, it was a completely different story, but price didn't, and now failed, and now retested something. Now with the open, they're trying to create a move here, but nothing really is happening. So again, don't start arguing when gold doesn't dump like this tomorrow, but I expect this week that gold just continues this very slow downtrend and just rails down, and finally when we pick up this liquidity, maybe there's a move, but who knows. So yeah, gold 1 week could have got this long, which was nice, I guess. Could have got this short, maybe, was nice. And now we're in this, the range is getting tighter and tighter, but then I expect price to break down to the downside and finally retest this important zone, which, as mentioned several times now, is this very important zone from the crazy uptrend last year. I guess for now that was it. That was Bitcoin, Ethereum and Gold for you. I really hope you got some value of this video. If so, please subscribe and join the community. Link is in the description. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.